In the video game scene from Monster House, DJ, Chowder, and Jesse enter what appears to be an empty pizza parlor, with the exception of Reginald Skolinski in the back of the room, playing on an arcade game known as Thou Art Dead. After DJ asks about what happened to Mr. Nebercracker's house, Skull explains to them what the entity has become and how to destroy it. He leaves to deliver a pizza, trails back to eat a piece of candy, and leaves the parlor. Monster House uses Skull and the environment he occupies in order to illuminate how powerful an entity he is in the Monster House universe. To fully understand what happened during those 2 minutes, 53 seconds of Monster House, one must look deeper into the characters and the implications their actions propose. The voice for Skull can be characterized as stereotypical nerd speak.
You're not gonna do it. It's like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Watch out.
Oh, did you see that? I just chopped off your head again. Your head's rolling. You can't even see it because your eyes are on your head.
It suggests introversion, but just enough forte to convey that he does have passion for his gaming, with the exception of his booming voice when he becomes frustrated with DJ.
What? Calm down. You make me want to throw up in some tinfoil and eat it.
His voice proves a stark contrast to the fuller sound design of his shoes hitting the floor. His fingers mashing buttons, and the snap of taking a chunk from Jenny's candy bar. When emotions are conveyed through his voice are communicated through his body language. He moves his legs in an occupied manner as he plays his video games to signal to anyone around him that he is in what people call the game zone. Therefore, he wishes to not be disturbed.
Skull is in the game zone right now, and you don't want to mess with him when he's in the game zone.
He also does victory dances when he is victorious in the game. This supports Skull's introverted personality and makes his character more believable. His facial expressions when regarding others range from expressionless to disgust, but his facial expressions when regarding video game victories range from regal to ecstatic. This gives the viewer another closer look into Skull's introversion. Some introverts do not prefer the social company of other humans and may instead gravitate towards a hobby, in this case, Thou Art Dead, therefore making his reactions to humans and his game more realistic. With a clearer vision of the environment surrounding the four Monster House characters, Skull is the most powerful entity in this world because he has a plethora of unknown powers he can bend to his every wish and whim! He demonstrates them throughout the scene, which can be overlooked by normal viewers, but not me! It is clear that Skull is at a gaming level that reaches professional and is revered by his peers for his skills. Upon indirect introduction, DJ points out to Jesse that Skull is
a 3-time Tri-State over 14 Thou Art Dead champion.
Many gamers are known for participating in tournaments for the games they play, and for Skull to hold a championship over such a vast group of people in an area with as many people like a Tri-State is concrete proof of his expertise gaming skills. Chowder also reminisces on a time when Skull played the game
For 4 days straight, on 1/4, a gallon of chocolate milk, and an adult diaper.
The man's a legend.
What seems like a degrading means of devotion to the public eye is regarded as truly divine to the nerds of this world, and for good reason. Like Christians abstain from sexual desires until marriage, Skull fasts, loses sleep, and abstains from bathroom breaks until he wins Thou Art Dead. The viewer can also see Skull talking to DJ, eyes off the screen, without making a single mistake on his video game.
I'm busy playing a video game without even looking at the screen.
This is a mere glimpse at the sheer power the wise Skull possesses when playing the game, but his power does not stop when he stops playing. In one of Skull's victory stances, he makes a stabbing motion towards the screen, most likely pointing at the monster he just killed in-game, off-screen. He is shown to put the sword back into an unseen hilt. It seems absurd to sheath away a withdrawn sword that isn't real. To those with the presumption that a sword is not actually there, it appears unnecessary. Therefore, it is funny. However, this is no fake sword. Paying attention to the shot before it, one can see that the player is coming towards the monster for what can only be implied as a final blow. However, the instant Skull performs the stabbing motion, the monster is dead. At all times, Skull is actually carrying an enchanted invisible sword. It possesses the power to transcend the dimension they are in, and is demonstrated by the sword affecting the game he is playing. Such interdimensional power cannot stay unchecked. Therefore, it is necessary for Skull to sheath his sword immediately after pulling it out of his enemy. A controversial part of the scene is when Skull takes a piece of Jesse's candy, eats it, and runs away. Viewers point out that, upon closer inspection, the original candy bar was not broken off and dismiss that as lazy rendering. What they forget is that Skull is simply too powerful for normal people to comprehend. One theory is that he actually grabs the candy so fast, it phases through the very foil it's wrapped in, so only gives the illusion that nothing was broken off. This can be justified by the sound of candy breaking off and the incredible awe shown in Jesse, DJ, and Chowder upon inspection that the candy bar appears intact. Another theory is a potential ability to materialize tangible matter. The sound of what appears to be candy breaking off of the bar is actually the sound of his materialization power activating. Power has limitations, therefore restricting him to only create matter that is within his grasp, which means that he had to grab that candy bar in order to generate the chunk he needed. Viewers may also overlook the way Skull handles the pizza box he has to deliver as careless and unprofessional. This is once again the situational irony viewers face when they do not understand the vast powers that come from Skull. For a normal pizza delivery guy to carry a pizza box, they must be extra careful with it. They have to handle the box, crust side down, and take a careful path towards the destination in order to avoid potentially ruining the pizza. Skull would not be so careless as to lose his job, the place he plays Thou Art Dead at, due to carelessly handling a pizza. That would be vastly out of character for such a devoted gamer. He uses his power to bend physics itself in order to grab the pizza box and keep it safe from inertia, which would ruin the pizza around inside with the violent movements he makes compared to what is considered proper pizza handling. He simply makes his life easier this way. An often overlooked crucial element of the scene is Skull's ability to quickly and quietly chew and digest Jesse's candy bar. This is an example of Skull demonstrating his place at the top of the evolutionary chain. Animals in the wild are known to scoff down food quickly as to be prepared in the case of an attack by a predator. The faster the animal can eat, the safer it is. Skull appears to have excelled in this field as he takes only 3 chomps of the chocolate before being finished. Let it not go overlooked that his chewing is eerily quiet, another survival technique. Some claim this is just Skull being an asshole for stealing candy and taking it without permission. While Skull's intentions are not pure, something we must consider is how deprived of nourishment he must be. The viewers already know that Skull can play Thou Art Dead for days at a time, eating little to nothing during his gaming session. Therefore, it is safe to assume that this power takes a toll on his well-being, like running makes an organism weary. This explains why he gags before he exits the building, only to whip around to get that chunk of the candy bar. He uses the very last of his power to obtain the chunk of candy, so he may replenish his health before he leaves. It is also good to note that Skull had run on nothing but chocolate milk for 4 days during his 4-day gaming session. Perhaps sugar is the best way to restore his powers, which is why he only needs a little chocolate milk for 4 days and a little chunk of candy to make this delivery. His intent behind stealing Jesse's candy bar chunk is not merely individualistic. Skull recognizes the power he beholds: knowledge, gaming, invisible sword, fast grab, potential materialization, advanced chewing techniques, and many others which are not shown, and he loves showing it off on any way he can. When he looks away from the screen as he is playing,
I'm busy playing a video game without even looking at the screen.
a clear display of gaming superiority. When he replenishes his power, he knows that his fans, DJ and Chowder, are watching. He takes the candy from Jessie because she is new, and does not understand the audacity of her interruption when she disturbed him in the game zone. He stares at DJ expressionless for being an accomplice in the disruption. And while they all stare in awe at what just happened, Skull is given visual evidence he has once again established his superiority over the mere mortals of Monster House!